Hi, I'm Dr. Simeon Roger for Warrior Coaching International, and I'm here today with a third in our 5-part series on peak performance training and personal power. Now, we learned last time that personal power is not a new concept. It's a relatively new name for a very old concept, a concept that the ancient world's best traditions of spiritual life, health maintenance, and martial arts understood very, very well. Personal power is basically the measure of your ability to change anything in your life, anywhere, anytime, on demand. And if you think about it, you'll realize you probably know very few people who are capable of doing that. But my guess is you'd really like to be one of them. If that's the case, keep watching. Now, today we're going to be talking more about your mindset, about the thoughts and attitudes you have allowed to take control of your inner world and to guide your life and to produce the results you're getting right now. You see, all of the world's ancient traditions, the best ones, the ones that really got results and that are still around today, they knew and they know that you and I are deeply conditioned beings. We're conditioned from the moment we're born by the culture we're born into, by the people around us who push this culture on us, and also by all of the traumatic events that have happened to us in our life. And don't forget, when we talk about trauma, it could be something as serious as a major injury, or it could be something as seemingly innocuous as your sibling stole your teddy bear when you were 4 years old. Anything that produces emotional trauma is very significant. Now, that produces all of this conditioning, brings up 4 problems. You see, if you were not able to identify this conditioning and literally take the garbage out, get rid of it, move it out of our lives so it doesn't control us, if we don't do that, we end up with 4 problems. And now the first is we're going to continue to be a slave to the emotional traumas of our past. The second, we will be shackled to the fears, doubts, and self-limiting beliefs that we have inherited. And the fourth is we're going to be we're going to be wasting a whole lot of energy propping up our view of the world, our perception of reality. And finally, we're going to recreate the same negative emotional situations in our lives time after time. And you probably know a lot of people around you who do just that, perhaps even you yourself. So the essence of personal power is taking back control of your life, and it's vital to take back control of your emotional life. And you're going to do it using this 3-step process. The first step in taking back control of your emotional life is to arm yourself with the best weapons. The best weapons, the most important thing to be armed with, are one of two weapons from energy psychology, from the modern field of energy psychology. The first one is called the Emotional Freedom Technique, or EFT. The second is called Be Set Free Fast, or BSFF. Choose one of those 2 methods, because either one of them is capable of allowing you to zap a negative emotion, allowing you within just minutes, if not seconds, to eliminate the grip that a negative emotional state has on you. And that's a very important ability to have. What you need to do is pick either the Emotional Freedom Technique or Be Set Free Fast, learn all about it, get properly trained in it by someone who knows, because after that you can use it to treat yourself anywhere, anytime, in a matter of minutes, if not seconds. Step 2 is to begin to track your negative emotional content. You see, all of us like to think we're very nice, positive, wonderful people to be around. And that's how we like to present ourselves to the world, of course. The real fact, though, is if we were to take stock of our emotional state inside, we'd realize that we go around in a morass of negativity. So what you need to do is really look at yourself. Take a week during which you will take around pen and paper and you will literally write down negative emotional states as they come up. Doing this will make you much more aware of the negative emotional content of your life. That part of you that you haven't acknowledged, but that is there and is very much conditioning your results. Once you begin to do that, something else will happen. That is, you'll become very keen at identifying the onset of a negative emotional state. Once you do that, you can then immediately, as soon as you feel a negative emotional state coming on, you can learn to shift your mental attention to a positive emotional state, using the most powerful positive emotional state that there is, and that is gratitude, thanksgiving, giving thanks for the beauty, the wonder of life. If you can do that, you can stop negative emotions from getting a firm grip on you. So you want to be able to sharpen your perception of the approach of negative emotional energy, and that's how you do it. Then step number 3 is to stop associating with negative people. People who drag your energy down. You want to associate with people who are strong, positive, definite, who are where you want to be rather than where you are now. And all of this, of course, means refusing the subtle payoff of negative emotions, because there really is an emotional payoff to anger, to fear, to rage, to all of these things. And that subtle emotional payoff is the victim syndrome. The syndrome that says, I'm not responsible for my life. Something else or somebody else did this to me. But the essence of personal power is very different. It's the opposite. It's taking full responsibility for everything that happens in your life. So this 3-step process is how you will take back control of your emotional world. Again, that 3-step process: arm yourself with one of the best weapons. Number 2, track those negative emotions. Learn to identify their approach and take corrective action through gratitude. And step number 3, stop associating with negative people. Replace those associations with positive people. If you do these 3 steps consistently, you can totally remake your emotional world within just a few weeks. So don't delay. Take action right now. And join us next time for part 4 of Peak Performance Training and Personal Power. This is Dr. Simeon Roger for Warrior Coaching International. We'll see you next time.